of our youth have benefited from this program. More significant, there's a strong emergence of public-private partnerships in our agricultural sector. Agriculture investors, both domestic and international, are creating farms that operate an outgrower system where thousands of smallholders are gaining access to technology and markets through nucleus farmers. This is happening in pineapple production, in mango, and other food crops. I have directed that more resources be channeled to accelerate this process. We have just concluded a multi-million-dollar commercial agric facility involving the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and multiple development partners. I've directed that this initiative should move into high gear immediately. In all of these, whether youth or commercial agriculture, the implementation of the program so far has shown that land acquisition is becoming a major bottleneck for expanded access to the program. I'm therefore instructing the Minister of Food and Agriculture to review the program for a possible inclusion of delivery of service agricultural plots for onward leasing to interested youth and commercial farmers who are willing to go into agriculture. We can use the existing land banks and the old state farms and other brigade farms for such purposes. The Savannah Accelerated Development Authority also has agriculture as a key part of its agenda. In the spirit of public-private partnerships, SADA has facilitated partnerships to establish 3 agro-processing factories already. A shea nut processing factory at Bripe, built by the Produce Buying Company, a rice mill at Nyankpala near Tamale, and a vegetable oil mill in Tamale. The Produce Buying Company is currently raising the capital to begin shea nut purchases to feed the Bripe factory. This will benefit tens of thousands of poor women in the Savannah zone of this country. Outgrowers are being registered to meet the requirements of these factories. Last year, SADA supported 6,000 farming families and another 16,000 farming families this year with farm inputs including fertilizers, improved seeds, and provided 100 tractors for land preparation services. SADA, through its Greening the Northern Savannah Ecological Zone program, is partnering with the private sector group to grow and nurture 5 million trees in the next 12 months. This is expected to produce 5,000 jobs for young people in the Savannah zone of this country. Industry and private sector development. Perhaps this is the area of my utmost passion. Our country has consolidated some of our economic fundamentals, and we are at the threshold of transition from lower middle income to middle income status. This phase has been largely led by government. The next phase of transformation, which will graduate us to middle income status, must be led by the private sector. In this connection, I'm charging the National Development Planning Commission, whose chairman is our chairman here today too, and the Ministry of Trade and Industry to extract from the Ghana Shared Growth and Development Agenda, GSGDA, and the trade statistics, especially on imports, all potential manufacturing activities and review same with the respective ministries, the Association of Ghana Industries, and the Private Enterprise Foundation. Thereafter, we must implement a transparent program to market the manufacturing opportunities that exist to Ghanaian businesses who will be encouraged to adopt and implement them with the active facilitation and support of government. I expect the identification of the potential manufacturing activities to be completed by next week for discussion with industry to commence the week after. These are marching orders for you guys. I'm ready here and now to walk the talk. I'm inviting our private sector partners to join me next week in inaugurating the Private Sector Advisory Council, a body that will serve as the apex of all strategic issues affecting private sector development in this country. As chair of the council, I will have direct oversight for engaging the capacities of the private sector. The days of public sector bureaucracy stifling private sector efforts must come to an end. Within the framework of the Private Sector Advisory Council, we will institute a hotline system which will receive complaints of bureaucratic impediments to accelerated private investments for both domestic and foreign investors. These complaints will be investigated and action taken forthwith. I further directed the Minister of Trade and Industry to accelerate the implementation of the Private Sector Development Strategy Phase 2 in a manner that the instrumental role of the private sector in our transition to middle income status is realized in a more speedy manner. We are also creating a trade enforcement unit that will be charged with investigating unfair trading practices in this country. There will be more rigorous inspections to prevent counterfeit or unsafe goods from entering our country. Government will make sure that no foreign company has undue advantage over Ghanaian manufacturing when it comes to accessing financing or new markets. Job creation. Government continues to invest in skills development to bring structure to our largely informal sector and reduce the number of our young men and women parading the streets, selling everything and nothing. Job creation is one of the critical pillars of our agenda for a better Ghana, and we have made some significant progress. Over the last couple of years, we have created thousands of jobs through projects such as the National Youth Employment Program and the Local Enterprise and Skills Development Program, LESDEP, and such other initiatives. A special government initiative under SADA that I just mentioned has created over 5,000 jobs in the last month alone. That is the afforestation program. Even as we seek for more job opportunities for Ghanaians in the oil and gas industry, as well as in mining, there is no doubt that agriculture and industry remain key areas for employment generation. But this is not enough. I'm directing the Minister of Employment and Social Welfare to provide the Office of the President with a comprehensive list of all job creation initiatives that are currently scattered all over the government system. We'll begin the process of harmonizing all these into a more coherent, predictable, and verifiable agency for job creation. In the interim, I've asked the Minister of Finance to release monies to pay the arrears of youth currently engaged in the NYEP program. By accelerating GDP growth and nurturing expansion of our SME sector, we expect the economy to throw up hundreds of thousands of sustainable jobs over the next few years. GDP growth looks promising. Non-oil GDP growth is already estimated by half year at 8.7%, which is encouraging. Accelerating infrastructure development. We have a huge infrastructure deficit in our country. This serves as a brick and obstacle to our national development, and we must aggressively continue improving our infrastructure and find the resources needed for this. We succeeded in obtaining the $3 billion financing facility from China, which is helping us to rebuild our railroad infrastructure in the western region, as well as build new infrastructure for oil and gas and other projects that you are aware of. In sourcing and applying all such loan facilities, we will, on behalf of Ghana, rigorously seek value for money and police the implementation of projects so that high quality of work is obtained by the country. Realistically, though, not much can be done about transforming the infrastructural base of the country within the next 4 months.
UK. Yes, I'm better as you. And can be possible body in a amount of them say, too much into the interview morning in a mouth, but you're born a crap on what I must hear. About your approach here, Nasper Radio, everybody want no money in the bus, live for me for UK. That is a pretty never brought to my ear. I say, I want an answer for you for more. We're talking about so many things. Ghana, Oxy FM 98.5, UK, NASPA, American Memo, New Vision Radio. Once more fancy paying in that. And then, they're watching Jason Mokai, you know, that you're finding out. I chair a beer and then before you be in your second audio, you're not drinking my phone. What you to certain voice? Nah, I don't send the woman and wrote to boiling point at that. I hear near my own person here doing this election. But I good or bad, you find out. Okay, on a serious note, we never had an answer before if you don't want to drink more now. Mamma Quaba, you sound quite so. Yakoso catch which is the MPP come and answer Edina Smetija. I wish I don't think just leave right here. Let me go straight to my brother from another mother and answer before that maybe that is 1 or 2. As I said, Yamia Bokana. Yamisha, so then Makachi, then I was watching. Well, Kukumidas, Nidikan, Ichia, Ghana Funina, Yadobadias, I say, Wama at the party is answer a new Biana. At the part it may and Yasan Vitua, and Nemus will be in him, Quamba Fashion Nemuno, Yana, Unim, Buana Oko, Buana, when he asks what they say, Adiachi, and I say, it's my sorry, near Conia Badia, Nayan Fana say, Emma, Uchedian Pong, Yankopong, it's yet for, and it's Ghana for, it's America for, it's Ghana Funina. War a year quintium NPP Adia Yakachi particularly Yuki Bonibiania Quam Yampeni Fono Ubia Yapeni Afum Danka Ono Fetri is an Satacrufi Ono Eco Ghana Eco Buan Nanado Campino Nania Sapon Communication Director National Yapa and all Yadam Impenifono Ubia and so Elwaye. Now one thing is Yama 22nd September Memenda Adia NPP Communication Team fundraising. There were Wood Green Dominion Center and international for insurance and family and at the raising funds Ako Soporto Nana Kufado 2012 election campaign Edako Buana Tani Chiefs in a bear Yamia Duma Abato on Ghana for Ebetmedi a Memonation na Nepal at the moment Ghana with me at the mind Ghana couldn't Pembenswa Papa Kufo and Sono at the Ejaho and 22nd at Tunsafrado Funina Ghana for more Chinibenche as Omunina Amabua na Sajumedi and so into me emblem Tikakra, Yakachi, and so and I think so Yamia communication team, Kayam say, Questia a meeting a City of London Business College. I was 7 sisters, and it's no for insurance and for my other communication members. Sunday we they were meeting. They are catching basically a Bonnie named Ghana, so Mzendra, Nana Kufado, Restore Hooper, or call Ghana, Greater Crown, or the copy a Tema West. Maybe a Natoshi Adu, or incumbent Empino, or war, now share Nipa. A butchi, a jissa, a bishia, and a kufadua. And it's clearly as some I walk out Ghana, a idea a month for Ajatum, na idea Ghana for a reading as or no, a new beer, who bet me a G or mine Ghana, it is your son, maybe not a brofono, no more penny, a common a baby fight ya, a G or man, a Maya found you know. Nana Ghana, you found ye, a Sanka which him, and into share the real Nipa air bought a general Asian and a kufadana, nature sampa, Ghana, a cabinet demo, a party team. Call Hamupa, the San Koyechi, and in Nana Kufado. Now, Andra no share a Tema West. Now share a Natashiadu, or no original Caneno. Now, a lawyer say you do, or have a constituency, and a Lashibi number 2. Now share a Quanya lawyer say you do, or fast transforming Lashibi Pa. Lashibi, your call bear somewhere 95. Now could you 10 plus and not 20 plus, and that's one pay. Car 2 Nunga, Netra Nunga Barana, no Chimu Vivian Farm, no Kashamaya. Ajibe 12 hours. Satani, Evie, Neabefa, a car, our Vivian Farm, Ako School, or Nunga Anglicana. 7 million maybe Naka, and Yasam Ketua. But if you're quite faso, if he 2001 is sure a cunium, Naya Bar, I say you do 8 Tema West MP. General transform honum, or do you see electricity, telephone, a bar honum, Nan no de la Shibia, and la Shibia, and now Tashi Ado, and Sabat Twaso, Cuckoo, and Ne, Udula Shibia, and Yasan Ketu, and a man, Sebi, Major Man Tons as in Bibria.